There is a kind of recording that doesn't capture a moment. It captures a wait. Most footage ends when the camera is turned off. This footage didn't. It kept filling tape long after every reason for filling it disappeared. Nobody pressed stop. Nobody could explain why. This is the premise of the Relay 9 archive, a fictional analog horror project presented as recovered. Maintenance reels from a regional broadcast relay station. At first, it looks like routine equipment footage terrain, empty control rooms, test patterns, the kind of continuity. Checks every station once filmed to prove the signal chain still worked. But the longer you sit with these reels, the more obvious it becomes that the station was never checking the signal, it was checking something else. Today we're going through 3 of the recovered reels, the details hidden inside. Frames nobody was meant to study this closely, and the theory that makes continuity sound less like an engineering term and more like a promise somebody never should have made. Relay 9 went off the air in 1994. The transmitter was decommissioned. The building was supposed to be empty. It wasn't. The first reel, labeled Continuity Check 41, opens on master control. Dust on every surface. A red ON air light still lit, even though
the station had no license to broadcast anything. The footage shows a wall
clock reading 3:14. That detail matters because the maintenance log attached to the reel states the visit took place at 3:14 in the afternoon. The clock in frame reads 3:14 in the morning, 9 hours ahead
of the technician who filmed it. We know for certain the clock
was checked and reset before the visit. The footage shows it 9 hours wrong anyway. The tape doesn't explain this, it just moves on, which somehow makes it worse. The second reel, REEL 58, is where the archive stops feeling passive. The camera holds on the glass divider between master control and the hallway.
Nothing happens for almost a minute. Then, in the reflection quality,
Not in the room, only in the glass theft. A shape crosses behind it.
Where the technician is standing. He doesn't react. He couldn't have seen it.
The room itself, confirmed empty by his own written report, produces a reflection. Someone who was never there to cast it. This suggests the camera wasn't only recording the room, it was recording something the room could end. Longer hold separately from its own reflection. Underneath the visual, there's audio, most in
Viewers missed the first time through. A continuity announcement, faint, reciting call letters.
that don't match Relay 9's actual identifier. I don't think this is a production error. Stations don't misname themselves on their own internal tapes. Keep that in mind. We'll come back to it. The third reel is the one that changes. How the whole archive should be read. Reel 77 is dated 3 days before the technician's documented visit. And yet it shows him, frame for frame, entering the same door, in the same jacket, carrying a coffee cup he hadn't bought yet. Signy. The shop down the road didn't open until the morning of his actual visit. Until this point, the archive feels like it's recording the station. Reel 77 suggests something worse. It was recording.
Visit before the visit happened, which means the system wasn't documenting the present.
It was waiting for the present to catch up. This part is speculation. It's speculation built on 3 things the footage actually shows. A clock,
Running ahead by exactly the gap between a future visit and a past one.
a reflection with no source, and a reel filmed before the events it depicts. The official directive bolted to the equipment rack reads, "Recording must continue regardless of signal status." That line was written for engineers. I don't think engineers
For the intended audience anymore. The station was never broadcasting.
It was waiting for an audience of one. That's the part this theory
explains best. Kemian, not the clock, not the reflection, not the early reel. The fact that continuity never meant the signal had to keep going. It meant somebody had to keep showing up to watch it not go anywhere.
Maintenance log active. Technician authorization required for corridor access. Please be advised, all unsupervised activity is being recorded.
That the world keeps recording you long after anyone official stopped caring whether.
You came back to watch it. Continuity does not mean nothing happened.
It means nothing was allowed to stop. At the beginning, the still lit. On-air light looked like a malfunction. After 3 reels, maybe it was never broken.
Maybe it was accurate. And if the system already knew the technician,
It was coming 3 days early. The real question isn't why Relay 9 kept recording. It's who told it to expect him. Maybe the archive was never empty.